The house was old, with a heavy smell of dust and wood soaked in time. Jack bought it almost by chance at an estate sale for a song. The seller did not hide the fact that the house had been empty for many years. "Tenants did not stay here for long," he said, handing over the keys. Jack just grinned. He did not believe the rumors. Until he found the hatch. It happened a few weeks after moving in. He started a small renovation, pulled back the old carpet in one of the bedrooms, and found boards that were different from the rest. When he crouched down and ran his fingers along the floor, one of the boards trembled. Underneath was an old metal hatch. The paint was peeling, the hinges were rusty, but it was still securely closed. Jack held his breath. His heart pounded faster while he looked for something to pick the lock with. Finally, using a crowbar, he pried it open. The hatch opened with a dull creak, and cold air rose from underneath it. Air that smelled of dampness, earth, and something else. Something wrong. Below the hatch was a staircase leading down. The steps were made of stone, uneven, covered in dust. The darkness below was thick as tar. Jack wanted to close the hatchback, to tell himself that this was just a basement, that there was no point in climbing in there alone. But something else was already stirring inside him. Curiosity. He went down, not even suspecting that there might be no way back. The first thing Jack realized when he stepped onto the first step was that the stairs went deeper than he expected. He thought there would be a small basement under the hatch, but the steps didn't end. They went lower and lower, disappearing into thick darkness. The cold became stronger, damp. Reaching up from under the ground, it clung to his skin. The walls, when he touched them, were smooth, as if they had been recently carved into stone. But something was wrong about them. Too smooth, too echoing, as if they were hiding something behind them. After a few steps, he heard a sound, light, almost imperceptible, footsteps. Behind him, they repeated his movements. Jack froze, and a step. He froze. The steps stopped, but the feeling of presence became even stronger, as if someone was holding their breath right behind him. Slowly, very slowly, he took another step, and again he heard a step behind him. But this time it did not move. This step was not his. Jack felt the cold grip his muscles. Something was waiting for him below. But now he could not stop. He took another step, and then the walls disappeared. A space stretched out before him, too wide to be just a basement. The darkness trembled like a thick veil, and in its center stood himself. The figure was an exact copy, the same features, the same clothes. Only the eyes were empty, empty like this endless darkness around him. Jack stepped back but felt his legs grow heavy. His copy did not move. But he felt something pulling him forward, as if this was always his place, as if he was not the first to come down here, and certainly not the last. The darkness closed in around him, and up above, in the old house, the hatch in the floor quietly closed by itself, as if it had never been opened.